Alrighty, good morning, folks. Good afternoon. Good evening. Let's make sure we get this started here. Just want to double check everything's still working good. Looks like it is. There we are. All right. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. Good evening, wherever you may be. My name is Bojan Petreski. Today is September 21st, 2021, Tuesday. We'll be doing the futures live session today. Just want to get going with this shortly. Okay. Alrighty. So the disclaimer should have already been, seen, reviewed, understood. Let's go ahead and get started with some trading today. We'll be doing the futures live trading session. All right. Let's go ahead and open up our workspace here. And in the meantime, I just want to open up my execution platform, and then let's wait for this to get all set up. Of course. There we are. Okay. Looking green across the board here at the top. Fun to see that. All right. Sorry, just getting all the different chat channels set up. Make sure I don't miss anybody's comments or questions or anything like that before we get started here. There we go. I think we're looking good. All right. Okay, so here we are, right in front of us. We got our platform opened up with the radar screen that TradeStation has, and we're looking for something to give us a confirmation before we even open up a chart. And how do we do that? Well, with the AutoUFOs, with the um, current platform that we're using, that's fairly easy. And I say that fairly easy because what you're looking for is a confirmed climate, whether it's red or blue, right? Either an up or down confirmed climate. We are not going to be looking at the gray ones, right? We can do some anticipatory, processing by just saying, okay, well, this is near sensible and it's gray. So if this pops a little higher, there's a good chance it'll get confirmed. But in the meantime, we won't be spending any time on it. What we will be spending time on is, instruments that are confirmed with a confirmed up climate or confirmed down climate, and watching to see what's going to, transpire in them. So we're going to open up all these charts and see if we can get some sort of a trade together. So that's quite a few here. So basically, all the, the four majors, the S&P, Nasdaq, the Russell, and the Dow Jones are all near sensible short on the 60-minute time frame, and also the Euro contract on the 60-minute time frame. So let's go ahead and open all of them up and see what kind of information we're working with. All right. So we said the Euro, the ES, the Nasdaq, Russell, and the Dow Jones. All right, while that's getting all set up, I'm just gonna kind of quickly browse through all the channels here to make sure everything's looking good. All right, I think we are. Yeah, okay, looks like we're all good. Let me just double check here. Where is my Vimeo? Just realized that I don't have it open. All right. Yes, that's looking good too. Okay, perfect. And okay, let's go ahead and load the proper information here. We're not on the September anymore, right? We are in September and we're trading futures, so we're trading things that are about to come, not that have already happened. That's good. That's not good. And ESC21 is already loaded here. Okay, there we are. Let's let all that information load in. Let's head into the live trading. Okay, looks like we're good to go here. Okay, looking good, folks. Let's go ahead and get this analyzed, started, and see what we're gonna come up with today. Okay, now looking at the euro first. The euro was a confirmed up climate on the 60-minute time frame. It is the 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth out of typically 6. The unfortunate thing is that price is where the current moving average is, and there are no UFOs here. Boom, analysis done. Let's go ahead and switch to the 60-minute on the ES on the euro. We are done. Let's look at the ES for now. It's getting a little crowded there, so I'm just going to disable that. All right, so the ES is already kind of hitting up against that moving average. Well, not quite, I guess. But unfortunately, same thing here. We do not have a UFO around 75 or even 80. Let's say if it were to push up rapidly between 75 and 80 is where it would land. But unfortunately, that's not the case right now. So nothing to do here. Okay, on the NQ, looks like we do have a UFO. Steep sell-off also happening. 15,090, 75, and that actually is an entry. So 15,090, 75 would be the entry. Now, I think you already know what I'm going to say, right? This is over 30 points of a risk. That's not something I would typically take on my live account. I don't expect you to do so either. But for the purposes of, okay, why does it do that to me? Literally, the whole point of chart trading is to be able to move that. Stop there. Let's try again, I guess. Nope. Errors out. That's great. Okay. So let me see if it'll let me, instead of moving it, just right-clicking it. Well, just goes to show how exciting it'll be when we switch to trading with top. Okay, we won't be having issues like this. We may have different issues, but not something as simple as moving a stop. All right, so let's go ahead and do it the old-fashioned way. Just dragging and dropping. 127.25 is what the stop is. Okay. So let's do the math real quick. If our stop is at 15,127.25, our entries at 15,090, 75, we're looking at 36.5 points. Okay, so that's, as I said, substantial amount of risk, really not something that I will be taking myself on the live account. I may, actually, this will even exceed if I were to take it with we could take it with 2 micro contracts actually. Obviously, it's going to be lower, much lower risk, much lower reward, but what the heck, just for fun, why not, right? It meets the criteria. So where our first T1 will be 15,090, 75. So first T1, so T1 1-to-1 is, hold on a minute. Okay, so, all right, so looking like price is kind of eliminating both of these UFOs here. It's already within the first one, so the first one is already discarded, but the second one already starts right there, and it was touching it. So we are okay to execute and have a final target, essentially as a trail stop. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to cancel this one. And now this one has to be at 15,054.25. way down here. Okay. And there it is. That's our setup right now. We're going to leave it alone. Move on to the RTY because there's a good chance that it won't fill anytime soon. RTY also falling off a cliff. The Euro Russell. Mid caps. Okay, but this is actually looking a little bit more attractive. Where is the moving average? 2194. 2190. Oh man, that just touched there, really? 2194.3 would be entry right here. This UFO 2194.3. Oof, I hope we didn't just miss it. With a stop above 96.7, so 96.8. That's a good entry right there. That's a good setup. 2196.8 minus 2194.3. Looking at 2.5 points on the Russell, which is not bad at all. 2194.3, 2191.8. 2191.8 would be T1. T2, I'm going to just push down right here just to figure out. So price has already gone as low as 2189.3. Right, so that price has gone all the way down to 2189.3. Okay, and this opposing UFO starts at 88.9. Well, does it start at? It starts at 2188.9. So price has already gone into this UFO on this candle, so we can disregard this UFO here and look for another one. We don't have anyone down below unless we load more data, but right now we're just going to go ahead and cancel it. So this 2187 we're going to cancel. Okay, so that's also our setup. I like this setup a lot better than the Nasdaq one. Obviously, you know, for risk tolerance purposes, I mean, we're looking at 35 points on the Nasdaq and 2.5 on the Russell. Yet more or less capturing the same type of movement. Okay, now the Dow Jones is actually looking pretty much similar, if not exactly the same here. Let's see. So I'm just going through the chats real quick just to make sure nobody's had any questions, any issues or comments. I think we're looking pretty good. Yeah. All right. The Russell's already selling off. I mean, it came. Look at that right there. That wick. Would that wick have picked us up? It would not have. It would have been a tick away. I should change my trading handle to tick away. All right. Obviously, we placed the order after the fact, but it's just funny to see, you know, that we again went a tick away. Let's see. Let's get this on here too. So we said 21 is going to be multi-auto. Okay. 2194.3 is our entry. Oops, not 95, 94.3. Okay. And that's that. Now for the Russell, we got the trade set up for the Dow Jones. It's already looking like it's moving away. 34.075. That would be a valid trade here. 34.065 would be the 34.065 would be the more aggressive entry here. 34.065. All right, that would be the more aggressive. The reason why I don't like this one as much. Oh boy, sorry about that. 1 second. The reason why I don't like this one as much is because it's similar to the Nasdaq, right? We're gonna have to keep moving the stop. You know, we're gonna have to go 117 to go above it here. And basically that's where it's going to have to be. I thought it's going to hit this UFO up above, but it doesn't actually. It's right in between. So that would have to be there. So 34,117 to 34,065. We're looking at 117 minus 65. All right, 52 ticks on the Dow. But there's a good chance that we're just not going to get on board this. The Dow's already slipping down. Nasdaq has gone also down. The ES also going down 74, 75. My God. It's missing this by like a tick. Look at that. Moving average is at 43, 74, 87. Let's just call it 34, 43, 74, 75. Right? That's literally one tick away. Okay. So that's that. Nothing on the euro. Now let's see. We've had an update on the climates on the 50-minute, and we do have the euro on a 50-minute time frame. Let's open that one up and see how that one's looking. All right, so at CZ21. Okay, confirmed down climate 175.62. Okay, so this is actually right here 65. Is an entry right there 65, and now this is very tight. So I'm gonna put my stop at 90. Right, so that's only 1, 2, 3, 4 tick. Incredibly, small risk there. So, but of course it is takeable. So, you know, and it's looking like it might actually fill us. So let's see if that's going to be the case. It's pretty close. Yep, 5 and 5. All right. $74. That's the UFO we saw. Oh, interestingly enough. Oh, well, that's. Wait a minute. That's why I'm confusing myself. Let me move this guy here so I don't confuse him. All right, so this is on the 50-minute time frame, which on the 60 is looking like we're entering on nothing. I'm like, what the heck's going on here? But not to worry, we are entering on the 15-minute time frame, not on the 60. All right, so let's see how this plays out. This may come close to Dow. Yeah, everything's kind of just sitting pretty still right now. Yeah. So far, we do have our entry on the Russell. We have our setup, our entry setup for the Russell and for the euro. So far looking okay. Couple of ticks away here on the euro. Come on, euro, give us a little something here. Okay, couple of ticks away. Anything else on the climates here? Nothing else. Nothing else. Unconfirmed. Nothing else. Come on, euro. Sorry, but we got we pretty much got nothing else to do here except for this stuff to check it out. Let's see what's going to happen. Couple of ticks away. Still, the Russell. Okay, new UFO has formed. 2194.9. So no, that's our entry is still the valid UFO. Okay, our entry is still the valid UFO. All right. Still no fill on the euro. Folks, sometimes that's all it is. You just have to wait it out a little bit and go from there. Unfortunately, nothing else that we can do. Looking like it's moving down. So if you guys have any questions, any comments, anything you want to discuss, feel free to type it in the chat. Right now, just watching and waiting, which is a big part of trading. And I swear to God, I did not plan for that to rhyme like that, but it sounded pretty good, right? All right. So, yeah, nothing here, nothing here. Yeah. I mean, if there's any questions, if there's anything, please feel free to type it in. If not, if there aren't questions, you could just say, hey, what else is going on? That's fine too. Russell's not there yet. Jeez. This is also slipping out. Might not get filled, and that's okay. If you always get filled, that means you're probably a little bit too aggressive on your trades, which, that in itself, I think is not something, necessarily bad, but it's also something that's not necessarily good either. All right. Euro still kind of just meandering there, and NQ, Russell. Yeah, even our Dow trade. Actually, I just realized we put the trade on, but we never set it up, which is never a good thing. Looking at our math here, I think, yeah, it was 52. So minus 65 has to be down at 13. So that would be T1 there. And then 55, we're going to cancel. So that would be the Dow setup. And we'll see which one fills. Any one of these is an okay trade to take. Um, we'll just see which one fills. Right now, we're fairly close to the euro, not really close to the Russell, but the Russell can also kind of just rip. And then I really do mean rip, like move like 100 points in a matter of a couple of minutes. I've seen it happen right in front of my eyes. So, yeah. Come on. The euro. Still kind of dancing around there and not doing a whole bunch. Well, if we got nothing else to do here, we can certainly wait for the market to open and potentially. I would say I would almost guarantee a fill on this one if it starts going a little crazy. At least the Nasdaq moves so much so quickly that it would surprise me if this didn't fill. Let's put it that way. Um, I would be incredibly surprised if this didn't hit. 15.090.75. I'm gonna go ahead and take this on a micro. Just two contracts, nothing crazy. Russell showing a little bit of strength. All of them actually coming up a little bit. Okay, we're gonna have an update to the climates pretty fairly soon too, and we're gonna see how things are looking, how things are cooking. So, and you might ask yourself, like, how come you're going short on all three indices? Well, I've seen it before where one just rockets up and the other one, bottoms out. Sometimes they really don't move in the same direction. Sometimes, most of the time they do. Most of the time they really do. It's almost amazing to behold. But sometimes they really don't. Sometimes what's going to happen with one index really just doesn't even get detected on the other. So that's why I just want to, see how, at least on a couple of them, we can get filled. Okay. We are 3 minutes away from the open. We have a couple of trades on. All right, here we go. It's coming close to the Russell. Let's take a look at the Russell. 60-minute. There we go. That's the kind of push we need. Come on, Russell. Give us a fill so we can manage this trade properly. What would be pretty phenomenal is if this filled in and then just immediately went down and then the market opened. That would be like, best case scenario. Um, we can't always get best case scenarios, but it would be pretty cool if it happened. Okay, here's the Nasdaq, about 10 points away. That's like, somebody sneezes and the Nasdaq can move 10 points. Okay. Um, let's see. Things are kind of heating up because we're about to open. We're definitely going to get filled on the Nasdaq. As I said, I would be very surprised if we didn't. The Russell is also coming a little bit close. Now, if I were to pick between the two trades, I would most definitely pick to short the Russell right now because it's just a smaller risk trade. Obviously, on Nasdaq, we just said it's quite the difference in the way things move. All right, looks like we did get filled on something here. We got filled on the Russell. Nasdaq actually also filled too. All right, the Russell is moving. Quite crazily, as expected. All right, looks like we got stopped out on the Russell. Still a down climb though. I would not be opposed to, look at that, it's right at the top. I would not be opposed to taking this short again should the opportunity presents itself. And when I say that, I mean, you know, if a UFO forms, right? There it is. The UFO has formed at 95.4. Okay, so 95.4. Can't believe that I stopped this out like that. Oh, shoot. Let's make sure we get in at the right place here. So 95.4 with a stop of, what is that stop going to be? 97.5. 97.5. Sorry, 6. 97.6. Okay, I mean, this is filled, but obviously, you know, that was the super risky trade. Um, you know, I'm not going to hold it against you if you didn't take this trade, right? It's just kind of going a little crazy here, but it's doing it. I'm still going to take a screenshot of this because, you know, if you did take this trade, you would already be moving your stop down here above 15,097. Actually, 15,095, 15,090, like right here somewhere, which it doesn't let me move it here. But essentially speaking, you know, that's where it would be. So 15,095 or something like that below. Just gonna move my stop. This is fun times. I don't know why it's not letting me. Looks like the euro is heading lower. Not gonna get us on board for that move. The NQ just keeps on diving. Um, like I said, this stop, I mean, it's moving so much that I can't even get to my stop to grab it and move it. There we go. All right, so I think it was somewhere around 15,060, somewhere around here. I saw a UFO form, so you know that would be a definitely profitable trade. Now, if you took this just with 2 micros, um, it would have been something close to like 100 plus bucks versus, you know, obviously a couple $1,000. um, but you know that's where things are right now. So, how is the Russell doing? Is it going to give us another shot at potentially getting in on this move down? Maybe. NQ is just sinking. The Dow didn't quite do much. Euro on the 60 minute is still confirmed. Well, yeah, because it has an update. Okay. Euro on the 15 minute went down, didn't fill us, didn't grab us. So that's that. Okay. I think the only one that's really moving about is still the Russell. Oh, looks like crude oil is also in play. Oh, we got filled on something. Oh, there was a stop out for that for the Nasdaq. Okay, so that's cool. Lots of craziness, lots of movement. If you're not okay with trading this, you don't have to. Um, the Russell trade, I just want to make sure. Yep, it is actually a valid trade. It is definitely a valid trade. Um, just want to make sure. Okay, it's not actually properly set up here, so 2197.6 minus 2195.4 is 2.2 points. So minus 2195.4, we're looking at 2193.2 being T1, and T2 we said is down below. It's too far down below to consider. All right. Nasdaq is kind of showing a little bit of strength there, a little nice pullback from down there. Not sure if it's gonna have the strength to keep moving higher. We're gonna leave it alone for now. Russell on the 60, lots of indecision here. Lots of look at these full candles, but no decision. So I'm actually gonna just go ahead and take. We've executed a few trades here. 74.50. Nope, that's not gonna work on the ES. The euro, nothing here. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and switch to our private stream, and we go from there. So join me on tradewithufos.com/live. I will catch you there shortly. Looks like the Russell filled. Moving a little bit lower.